Introducing the all-new Corolla.
Sometime between 10 and 10:30 on business day, two men wearing masks came into the bank and announced a robbery. One of them was carrying a gun, one of them was carrying a backpack.
Assistant Attorney General Brian Gallagher says the person carrying the gun in the February 6th robbery of the Jigo Bank of Guam was Ricky McIntosh, and the one carrying the backpack was Jathan Tatau, who took a plea deal with the government. Gallagher says Antonio Kitigo acted as the lookout and Vincent David Santos was the getaway driver. The men were charged with conspiracy to commit robbery, second-degree robbery, and a special allegation of possession and use of a deadly weapon. Defense attorney Sam Tecker asserts, however, that there is no evidence tying any of the men to the crime.
No fingerprints tying on the bullet. No fingerprints of any of these gentlemen were found by the government tying these men to the crime. No DNA was found, no clothing was found, the masks weren't found, the money taken from the bank was never found, the bait money that was given by one of the tellers, and bait money is money in which tellers have in their thing in order for the police to track it, and I don't exactly know how it works, but that was never found.
But Gallagher says Kitigo's car was seen on surveillance video in the area near the time of the robbery, and he says Kitigo's alibi did not check out. He also says that a bullet was found inside the bank. It was a round that fell out of the gun during the robbery, but Tecker says no fingerprints were ever found on the bullet.
The government, the police, never found a gun. No gun was found on anyone or anywhere. No fingerprints tying on the bullet. No physical evidence whatsoever. The only physical evidence they have is a bullet shell. No physical evidence whatsoever tie these gentlemen to this crime.
Tecker called into question Tatau's credibility, noting that he gave police not one, not even two different stories. Tecker says he gave them 5 different versions, all of which involved different people. While Tatau may be the star witness, Tecker says video surveillance will not prove who actually committed the crime, let alone that it was his client. Santos' attorney, Levin Camacho, says his client was at home during the time of the robbery.
And you wonder, well, how does Vincent Santos come into play here? Vincent is dating Jathan's mom.
Camacho focused on Jathan Tatau's brother, Joshua Pangilinan Tatau. He suggested that Joshua was behind the robbery.
Another name you will hear, who is not part of this case, is Joshua Pangilinan. Joshua Pangilinan is Jathan Tatau's brother. And you will hear how the officers received a tip that Joshua was involved in the Bank of Guam robbery. You will also hear that they were never able to find out where Joshua was at when the Bank of Guam was robbed.
Camacho says the only reason Jathan agreed to testify against the 3 defendants of the bank robbery is because it means he won't have to testify against his brother.